So Mark, this is really cool. So if you just go down this hall, make a left, that's the boys' locker room, same as what you had. Mm-hmm. Keep going all the way down was the women's locker room. This was the hallway that led down to the pit. You remember the pit.
Oh, yeah.
So the pit was where the wrestlers and the weight room was. Now, the first big difference is this didn't exist. This was a stairway that came down from 179 right outside the biology lab. So you walked outside my door and you could come down. So that stairway is completely gone. So the original opening, you guys can actually kind of see it here. So this was where the doors were. So you would come down those stairs, you turn right. Here was the door. You open the door. You're in the pit. This wall right here did not exist. So this was the wall. In fact, that's the original water fountain that you drank out of 1,000,000 times. So they added these walls to basically separate the wrestling room from the weightlifting room. Okay.
Gotcha.
And so here is the new weight room, and this has been redone a few times since the renovation. The boosters, the RB boosters, great athletic support group parents. They've done the floors a couple times, so nice new floors here, nice new weights, different machines than when you and I when I was here coaching and you were here as an athlete. None of this existed. So this was a wall, and then this was just storage underneath the staircase. Yeah. But again, great weight room for all RB athletes, both male and female. The nice thing, I was telling you this, in the old days, that wall didn't exist. So the weight room was here, and then the wrestling room was there. And it kind of would get crazy if track was down here, preseason weights. It would get really loud down here because they're listening to music and lifting, and I'm trying to coach over there. So this was, even though I don't coach anymore, when they put that wall up, I was like, oh, this is great, because now, hey, these guys can do whatever they want, and they're not interfering with the wrestling. So I was down here for 8 years as the head wrestling coach, and then obviously I would come down here and supervise, and I actually used to work out down here before COVID. And then when COVID happened, they closed off everything, right? So pretty different weight room from when you were a student here. So yeah, let's go down to the wrestling room and check that out. And it still has that was the other entrance that went upstairs, and then you were in the parking lot. Yeah, so none of this existed.
All right.
So here is the wrestling room. So like I said, these walls did not exist, but now you have these walls, so now you have a separate wrestling room from the weight room. So pretty just a little bit different. Like when I was coaching, when you were here, we didn't have any pads on the wall. So whenever you were wrestling and you were on one of those outer rings, you're always like, hey guys, be careful the wall, move over. And then like I said, this wall did not exist. It just went further, so you could actually have more mats. And so, some storage cubbies that we didn't have before. Those windows were the same, the block windows. And now they've got their wrestling results down here, which is nice.
Yeah.
But you for 4 years as a wrestler, me as a coach for 8 years. Yeah, there's a lot of memories in this room.
Yeah, this is great.
And the thing I always liked about wrestling, and I played all sports. Wrestling was a team sport and an individual sport, right? So it was different, right? When you're playing football, hey, you threw that interception, right? That cost us the game. Or you're playing baseball and you struck out, or you made an error.
Very individual.
Yeah. Whereas wrestling, the only person you can blame is yourself, right? I wasn't good enough, so you have to take that responsibility. Basketball, you missed that free throw that would have won us the game, right? Or you turned the ball over. So. And I love the state qualifier thing, and you can see there was a big window, and that was the window of me. But the reason why was we were the smallest school in Division II, and there was only 2 divisions. And I had some really great wrestlers, and we couldn't get out of sectionals. And then guess what? In 2005 is when they went to 3 divisions. And then a few years later, they went to 4 divisions, which again is right? You know, I mean, it's not fair for a school of 790 to be compared to a school of 4,000.
Exactly.
You know, and so, but you see that window, and a lot of that was me, but it was just because we had some really good kids, and we just couldn't get past sectionals.
Yeah.
Just couldn't. I used to keep the data, and our sectional always had the highest percentage of medal winners of all 8 sectionals in the state. And one year it was like 50-something% of the medal winners were from our sectional. It was brutal. It was brutal. A lot of good kids on that board.
Oh yeah.
And hey, and there's your coach.
Yeah.
There's your coach, Coach Seaman. So, anyway. A lot of great memories down here.